Hey, what's up? My name is Shivam and today I have mega earphones comparison which is between the recently launched Buds Air Neo, Buds Air and the Oppo Enco W31. So in this video we are going to compare in different aspects like design, build quality, features, battery life, latency and nonetheless sound quality. So this is going to be a longer video than usual as we need to test so many things between these earphones. So sit back, relax and enjoy. So before getting to the video, if you could leave a like and subscribe to the channel, it would be highly appreciated. Also, if you want to find out the best deals on these earphones, then you can head to the first link down below in the description. So suppose you have placed your order for any one of these earphones and now you're waiting for it. Well, what can you expect from the content of these boxes? Let me show you. So here are the shipping packets. As you can see, none of them is interesting. So let's quickly unbox these. So here are the retail packaging of the Buds Air Neo, Buds Air and the Oppo Enco W31. Today we don't have much time to read everything from the box, so we are going to skip it. But don't worry, we will talk about all these features after this unboxing. So let's open these boxes as I'm excited to see how these earphones look. So here are the earphones itself, some ear tips with USB cable which is micro USB on the Buds Air Neo and Type-C on the Buds Air and W31. But that was it for the unboxing and now let's start this comparison. Starting with the design, all the three earphones are modern looking earphones and I would say I like all of them in terms of design. We have Realme Buds Air and the Neo which are exactly same, only a few difference here and there, but they look like Apple AirPods, while on the other hand the earbuds on the Oppo looks like Apple AirPods Pro. But we don't care much about who is copying whom, because if it works and sounds great, then I would say our money is wisely spent. So talking about the color options, we have white, red and green on the Buds Neo, white, black and yellow on the Buds Air and white and black on the Oppo. Talking about the case, we have different case designs between the Realme and Oppo. On the Realme we have this square case with round edges and glossy finish which makes it a cute little package. The access is from top which you can flip and it has a very satisfying feel to it. I can easily do this all day long. On the other hand, we have Oppo with this pebble shape of this case with white matte finish plastic. The case splits in half and I will say it is not very satisfying. Forget satisfaction, it is not even easy to open the case as there is no area to hold the case with your thumb. You might drop it in future, believe me, you will. Now as soon as you open the case, we have the earphones sitting nicely inside the case. All the three devices have magnetic pins so they all snap into place. But the difference you will find between all the earbuds is the ear tips. On the Realme we have these Apple-like ear tips and on the Oppo we have silicone ear tips which makes a huge difference. We will talk about comfort and fitting in a second, but overall in terms of design, I like the Realme as they are much more convenient to use, but not for the ear tips. Now considering the build quality, all the earphones are well designed earphones, but Realme Buds Air and the Neo both are solid feeling device than the Oppo. Oppo W31 feels more fragile, although not very much, but all these earphones are in plastic, but Realme is a hair better in build. Now comfort and fitting are vital aspects to look for in any earphones or headphones, since we are spending so much money on these earphones and no one wishes to buy thorns for their ears. So talking about the comfort and fitting, Buds Air and the Neo and the Oppo W31 has different ear tips. On the Realme we have these Apple-like ear tips as mentioned earlier, which are very comfortable as they don't go much deeper into your ear canals. It makes them very comfortable if you want to wear them all day long. But there are two problems with this design. First, they will not fit every ear, so you need to try this before buying, because if it doesn't fit then it's going to fall out every now or then. And the second problem is that there is no proper seal, which results in poor bass and overall poor sound quality. But with earbuds which have silicone ear tips like the Oppo, this is not an issue. The earphones stay in its place for the most part and you can easily do some activities and it will not fall out easily. And second one, they create proper seal which results in good sound quality and good isolation. But the downside is some people don't like this feeling of ear tips in their ears. as it might irritate some people out there. So some people will find these gear tips to be much more comfortable. So overall for me, I would go with Oppo W31 in terms of comfort and fitting, as I want good isolation. Now features wise, there is quite a lot on these earphones. There are so many features you get on these or any other true wireless earphones in this price range, but I think the Realme offers the most. Let's talk about it. Now a lot of you might be confused, what is the difference between the Buds Air and the Neo? So to tell you guys, the main difference between these is mostly about the features. So let's talk about the features that are on all of these three earphones. Bluetooth 5.0 with fast pairing, which means all the three earphones will connect instantaneously with your devices. You will also get a pop-up notification on your Realme or Oppo devices like you see on Apple. And one advantage you will get on the Realme over Oppo is that you can download the Realme Link app and you can see the battery of the device, and you can also change the touch control and what they do, and also update the firmware there. Along with this, you will also get the R1 chip on the Realme, but there is nothing mentioned about the Oppo. Now all the three earphones connect via dual channel transmission or binaural simultaneous connection. If those terms were over your head, then it means both earbuds will connect individually to your smartphone instead of just one connecting to the phone and the second one connecting to that. So this is more stable connection and you will face less connection issues. Now there is low latency mode on Realme Air and Neo, which is expected to go as low as 119 milliseconds, and on the Oppo it can go as low as 94 milliseconds. But this was not mentioned on the Oppo website, so I'm not sure if we should trust this. But we are going to do a latency test ourselves and see how good they perform. So let's run this audio video sync test to see how much delay we are getting. The test is something like this. As soon as the ball hits the floor, we should hear a tick sound. Now I'm testing this on my S9 Plus and the iPhone 11 Pro, so we can see if the results vary between the devices. First of all, there is not much of a difference between the Buds Air and the Neo, but overall the latency between my S9 Plus and iPhone varies a lot. iPhone performed so much better than my S9 Plus in terms of latency. You can see that the game is not playable on Android, but on iPhone you can easily play the games without much of latency. By looking at this graph, you can see that we have Buds Air and the Neo as a clear winner. On the S9 Plus without the gaming mode, we are getting around 170 milliseconds on YouTube videos and 500 to 540 milliseconds on the COD mobile. But on the iPhone, we are getting around 170 milliseconds to 210 milliseconds on YouTube videos and 290 milliseconds in COD. But after turning on the gaming mode on the S9 Plus, we have 80 milliseconds in videos and 380 to 420 milliseconds in COD. Now on the iPhone, we can see a huge decrease in latency, up to 40 to 80 milliseconds on YouTube videos and 170 to 210 milliseconds on the COD. Now the result might vary if you are using another device, like you might get better results on the Realme devices. So I can't say about that, but I only had these two devices to test. But Oppo is also not far behind. On iPhone we have around 130 milliseconds on YouTube videos and 250 milliseconds on the COD. But it is not performing well on Android, 80 milliseconds on videos and 500 to 540 milliseconds in COD. Now on the Realme Buds Air and Oppo W31 will get wear detection, which means the device will automatically pause the song when you take either of these earbuds out and plays the song automatically when you put it back. But this feature is not available on the Neo. Now to make W31 durable, we have IP54 water rating and slightly lower IPX4 rating on the Buds Neo. But surprisingly, there is no rating on the Buds Air. But if you wish to take W31 or Neo to gym or running in rain, it shouldn't be a problem. But those were all the features about these earphones. But now let's move to the battery life. For charging, we have micro USB port on the Buds Neo and USB Type-C on the Buds Air and Oppo. Additionally, we get 10 watts of wireless charging capabilities on the Buds Air, which is so good to see in an earphones like this. But for the battery specification, on the W31 we have 25 mAh on each earbud and 350 mAh on the case. On the Realme Buds Air and Neo, we have 400 mAh on the case and 43 mAh on each earbud. So talking about the overall charging and playtime, you can charge the Oppo W31 in 2.5 hours, and after that you will get around 3.5 hours on each earbud, and if you include the recharge from the case, you will get around 15 hours in total. Similarly, in my testing, I was able to get around 3 hours of playback from the earbuds and additional 11 hours and 10 minutes of playback from the case. On the Realme side, you can charge the case in 1.5 hours and then you will get around 3 hours of playback on the earbuds, and in total with the case you will get around 17 hours. For me, it worked for almost 3 hours for the earbuds and additional 13 hours from the case. So in total it's around 16 hours. So the difference is there, but not much in terms of battery life. Another difference between the Buds Air and the Neo is the inline mic. On the Buds Air and the Oppo W31, we get dual mic for noise cancellation. So let me give you a quick test of the inline mic on all these devices so you can judge by yourself. This is the audio quality test of the inline mic on the Buds Air Neo. This is the audio quality test of the inline mic on the Realme Buds Air. And this is the audio quality test of the inline mic on the Oppo Enco W31. Now coming down to the crucial part of any freaking audio device, and for the part that you all guys been waiting for, and that is the sound quality. So for the driver specification, we have 7mm driver on the Oppo Enco W31, 12mm on the Realme Buds Air, and a whopping 13mm driver on the Buds Neo. Now there is quite a difference on the driver side, but before we talk about the sound quality, first you need to decide which ear tips you want. So you like this Apple ear tips or you want the silicone ear tips? Now if you don't know which one would be the best for you, then no problem, I'll suggest. As mentioned earlier, that these Apple ear tips are comfortable but they do not create proper seal, which results in poor isolation, leading to poor bass response and overall sound quality. Also you have to turn the earphones much louder than what you normally listen to. On the other hand, these silicone ear tips goes deeper inside your ear canal, which for some can be irritating, but it creates better seal and gives you good isolation, better bass and overall good sound quality. For me, I don't like this ear tips at all. The sound is so thin and there is no bass at all, and if you are traveling, forget the point of using these. They are only usable if you are in a quiet environment. And if you are then comparing the sound quality of the Buds Neo and Air, Buds Neo is slightly louder and have a little more bass, but still it's nowhere near to enjoyable experience. For work from home, I can easily pop these in and enjoy as they do not hurt my ears, but I can't imagine any other place where I can use these earphones. For me, my favorite ones are the Oppo Enco W31. They have silicone ear tips which create a good seal and isolates the sound. So in results, we get superb sound quality, mids and highs and bass. Everything is so present, and also you don't have to turn them all the way up. One more thing that make these earphones one of the best true wireless earphones in terms of sound quality is the bass mode. Normally we have two kind of people, one who like balanced sounding earphones and one who like bassy oriented earphones. So there is no one size fit for all, but with W31 we get balanced mode for the balanced listeners and bass mode for all the bass freaks. So you get option here, and who don't like options. And comparing the loudness, they can get pretty loud, at least when comparing with Buds Air and Neo. So in terms of sound, I will give it to the Oppo W31. Coming down to the price of these earphones, we have Realme Buds Air Neo being the lowest price at 3,000 rupees. Then we have Buds Air and the Oppo W31 at 4,000 rupees. So there is a huge difference in price. So it totally depends on what's your budget. If you ask me for my recommendation, I will say if you need any earphones to flaunt, then there's no choice. And next thing is how much you are willing to spend for these toys. 3,000 rupees for this and 1,000 rupees extra for the features like wireless charging and wear detection. But if you want good true wireless earphones with acceptable amount of features but truly amazing sound quality, then you should pick up the W31. Now to make your life easier, you can find the best deals on these earphones from the links down below in the description. But that was today's video. It was a lot. I hope you guys found it helpful, and if it was, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Until then, stay safe. Bye bye.